It is true that we had a number of conversations with Goldfields, and we have talked about Goldfields developing our communities. But that was before I personally, you're asking me personally, so I'll talk about personally. That was before I realized that Goldfields sent $427 million in a year. $427 million in a year, and community investment is less than 1%. I didn't know that. So, if you are helping me, I give this analogy that if your wife knows that your salary is $5,000 a month, and you give your wife $1,000 a month as chop money, she might be okay with it. But when your wife comes to know that your salary is actually $200,000, and you give your wife $1,000 a month, she might have a rethink. It's not a stab in the back, it's rethinking. So if you come to us and you say that what you are giving us, you've been given one classroom here, one toilet seat there, and your profit that you are earning is commensurate to what you are giving us, we are not greedy. But from what we have now come to understand, you come from your own profit statement stating that your net profit after tax is $427 million. And if that's the case, and we sitting in Apinto, the only thing we got, no, last year, what did we get from Apinto? 3 bridges, valued what? To maximum 5 million Ghana cedis, $500,000. So if you sit in our shoe and you say, okay, a company is making profit of $427 million on my land, 100%. And what he has done for my community that year is 500,000 Ghana cedis, 5 million Ghana cedis for $500,000. Then it's not a stab in the back. I think we have been stabbed more than once. So it's the reality that are setting. What we thought the company is making, what we now know it's making on our land, and the share of that comes to the communities, it's not proportional. And that is what this conversation is about, from your question. So if in the past I argue a lot, because I was also wondering, why is government not helping us? I've said this several times. In the same year, government also got 1 billion Ghana cedis from the mines in royalties. Nananom, we haven't received 1 cedi, and there's no 1 cedi development in Tarkwa and Audia. And so it cuts across both sides. That's why in our presentation we said that there should be a new path for us. We should have a new chapter here where both the government and the mining company will invest in the communities properly. The investment we are seeing now is inadequate, and that is what our press conference reflected. Now, the second point. Nananom
considers the requested lease renewal or extension, whatever they choose to call it, to be deeply inimical to Ghana's long-term economic and strategic interests, and therefore calls on the government to soundly reject this approach.
My Chief Justice Sophia Akufu is a key member of the Institute.
Yeah.
She also noted that despite operating in the area for decades, the Tarkwa enclave has remained deprived, justifying their position for government to reject the proposal.
After more than 3 decades of mining activity in Tarkwa, many communities within the enclave continue to grapple with deteriorated roads, inadequate healthcare infrastructure, limited educational facilities, and widespread socioeconomic deprivation, including rampant unemployment and underemployment of youth.
Former Speaker of Parliament, Professor Mike Okoye, also argues that the benefits of rejecting the extension of the lease outweigh that of the disadvantages.
We cannot just beat these people to the game if we don't own our natural resources, and that they will not develop our country for us. In fact, that is not their intention. merely making profit is what they come for. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we are saying that there's a need for a new paradigm way beyond what we have known over the years.